Thanks, Aaron, and welcome into a college football Saturday in Morgantown. The Mountaineers ready to roll in 2013. Today they open up the season playing host to William & Mary, an FCS school out of the Colonial Athletic Association. Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Adam Alexander. So good to have you with us for the first ever triple header on Fox Sports 1. You know, the big headline here in Morgantown all week long, who's going to start at quarterback for Dana Holgerson? Is it Paul Millard, the backup the last couple of years to Geno Smith? Or will it be the transfer from Florida State, Clint Trickett? We'll answer that question in a few moments. First, let's bring in our quarterback, Chris Sims, who played his college football at the University of Texas. I promise we're going to talk plenty about the quarterbacks today, and their best friend this afternoon may very well be another transfer, Charles Sims, who comes from Houston.
Yes, there's no doubt, Adam. He's this year's version of Tavon Austin for this West Virginia offense. He's big, he's fast, he's quick. He is a very dynamic player that they're going to find as many ways possible to get the ball in his hand and let him roll.
An all-conference performer at Houston, he should be strong today. William & Mary thinking about trying to pull off the upset on the road, but it's going to be tough this afternoon. This place is electric. The first Saturday of the college football season is here. The kickoff is next on Fox Sports 1. Welcome back on a humid afternoon in Morgantown, Virginia. It's Fox College Football presented by Geico. William & Mary on the road trying to bounce back from a 2-9 season a year ago, taking on West Virginia, who was 7-6 in 2012, and now our forward keys to the game. Chris?
Well, William & Mary, I think it's pretty obvious. The team is not quite as deep as West Virginia. They need to run the ball early, take a little pressure off their new quarterback, and more importantly, it'll eat up some clock, speed up the game a little bit, and let their defense rest. It's not a real deep defense. They need to play that angle today. West Virginia, of course, a Division I team, they do have a little more depth on their side. West Virginia, hey, it's about laying the foundation for this new year on defense. Of course, they struggled last year, but they are extremely confident in what they got coming in here to this game. Defensive coordinator Keith Patterson, this feels really good. They got some key parts moved around, some new guys in some new positions, and I without a doubt, think they will be an improved defense this year.
Michael Molinari, the home state kid, going to tee it up at the 35-yard line to get this season underway. Back deep for William & Mary, Trey McBride, and Jarrell Cooper. Cooper, a speedster, 5'10", 190-pound junior. All the energy in the building, and the ball blows off the tee. We got to wait a little longer to get 2013 underway.
Little anticipation's always good.
The fans are antsy here, and I like it. They love their football in Morgantown. Boots it away, and finally we're playing football in 2013. McBride going to take a knee, and William & Mary gets their first crack from their own 25-yard line. Here comes the senior quarterback. It's Michael Graham who will lead the offense this afternoon for the Tribe.
Michael Graham, he's a guy that's got a little experience playing quarterback the last few years, has had some success. He's in a new offense this year with offensive coordinator Kevin Rogers. He made a lot of strides through training camp learning the offense. He's their guy. He's the best thrower of the group of quarterbacks they got. And we'll see what this William & Mary offense has today.
Got a pretty good back behind him in Keith McBride, who should shoulder the load in the backfield this afternoon. A couple of tight ends on 1st down and 10. Graham going to give to Keith McBride. Not much there. Got a couple of yards as he falls forward. May have gotten 3. And Eric Kinsey from his defensive end position making his presence known early defensively for coordinator Keith Patterson for the Mountaineers.
Well, like we talked about all week, we thought they would try to run the ball early. It's a new quarterback. It's a tough environment here in West Virginia. get everybody settled in the game. They got a few new guys on the offensive line. Take some of the anxiety out and play ball.
2nd down and 8. So I'll look at Isaiah Bruce, a kid that's really come on, a redshirt sophomore for this Mountaineer defense. Graham going to put it in the air. Dumps it off to Laws in the flat, the fullback. Short of the 1st down as he fell across the 35. It'll set up 3rd down and 4. And now we look at our impact players today when William & Mary is on offense.
Yeah, Isaiah Bruce, he plays the end of the line of scrimmage in this 3-4 defense. He's what they call the spur on this defense. He's really the 2nd in leading tackles last year. He is going to bring a whole different dynamic to the defense. He can rush the passer. He can run. He can get back in pass coverage. And then there's Trey McBride, the best player on this William & Mary offense. Great receiver who's got a lot of skill.
Graham in trouble on 3rd down. Going to roll out. He finds McBride, but overshot. An incomplete, a 3 and out for the Tribe. And a great job by Will Clark to put the pressure on.
Little bit of example of some nerves there. Graham, McBride down here was kind of open right at the start, but Michael Graham, first game, a little antsy in the pocket, had Trey McBride out in the flat there all along, just was a little late to see him and get him the ball.
John Carpenter standing at his 11-yard line. This will be his first collegiate punt. And back deep for West Virginia, Jordan Thompson. Stands at his own 30-yard line. Going to bound out of bounds right around the 35. Not bad field position for West Virginia. And if you're one of the fans that was so concerned about how the defense would play this season, they answered the bell on the Mountaineer side, and now we find out who's going to get the start offensively at quarterback, and it's going to be Paul Millard.
Yeah, Paul Millard, it's no surprise. I think reading between the lines, we thought he would be the guy that started the game. He's got experience in the offense. It's the first game of the year. He can get the team going on the right foot. Not really surprised to see him run out there.
He's got a lot of weapons at his disposal offensively. First carry of the day, no surprise. Charles Sims gets it right side. Not much there, maybe a yard as he went out to about the 34-yard line. Jasper Coleman, one of the big defensive linemen inside for William & Mary, there to make the stop.
Like I said, I think we'll see a heavy dose of Charles Sims early.
Millard out of the pistol. He's got Sims right behind him. Receivers everywhere. 3 split to the near side. Millard throwing there. DeKeel Shorts on the reception. Takes it out near midfield. Shorts, a kid that they love, a true freshman out of New Jersey.
Yes, a guy they really do like. It's a very important part to this West Virginia offense, the slot receiver. You got to trust him. He's got to be smart. He's going to fill that role for them.
And they're going to play quick. Millard again out of the pistol. This time throwing right side. Caught by K.J. Myers. He's taking the ball into William & Mary territory. Pulled down at the 46-yard line. DeAndre Houston Carson from his cornerback position able to get the stop for the Tribe.
As you see, West Virginia, they're always going to stay at the line of scrimmage. Whether they huddle, it's going to be a quick huddle. They're going to keep the pace up.
That's Smith in motion. One of the junior college transfers they added in the offseason. He's going to get the carry coming near side. Sims leading the way as a blocker, breaking a tackle and falling down inside the 40-yard line for another first down is Dreamus Smith. First time he's touched the ball today.
Yes, well, they're excited about their running backs. They're very deep at that position. They got 4 guys really that they feel are really quality running backs.
How about Sims? The coaches told us he's humble, doing the little things, out as a lead blocker on that play. Now he stands behind Millard. 1st and 10. Mountaineers moving it early. Millard over the middle's got his man and caught this time by Devontae Mathis. Another first down to the William & Mary 24-yard line. A pickup of 13. The safety, Jerome Copeland, made the stop, but the Mountaineers have got it rolling early. Back to the run game. Sims dances inside the 20 and down to the 18 before Steven Sennett is able to pull him down.
West Virginia's looking good here early. Millard been very, very smooth, very calm. Good to see from your quarterback.
Nice mix of the run and pass. They'll throw it on 2nd down. And it's caught once again. Is it? It's bobbled, and they're going to say incomplete? No. It is a completion. First down.
Yeah, that was close there. I'm not so sure. If I'm the William & Mary coaches, I might want to look at that play.
Da'Keil Shorts, the true freshman, with his second catch of the afternoon. He's the motion man here. Millard just outside the 10. Going to give it to Sims. He dances around, makes a man miss. Welcome to West Virginia, Charles Sims. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Well, like we talked about early in the game, West Virginia, they're going to give these running backs some carries. They're so talented, ease everybody in the game. They got some new guys on their offensive line as well. It just makes life easier on everybody when you can run the ball early, get the nerves out of your system. Great first drive by the Mountaineers.
Josh Lambert to add the extra point. The redshirt freshman gets for the first time in his career. Mountaineers taking care of business. A long drive, nice mix of the run and pass, and it all ends with Charles Sims in the end zone. West Virginia leading William & Mary 7-0 in Morgantown. West Virginia not wasting any time, already up 7-0 on William & Mary. Just under 4 minutes played here in the opening quarter. 8 plays, 67 yards. It took him just over 2 minutes. How about Millard? Strong start for him.
Yeah, it really was. That's probably the reason he got the start today, really. Knows the offense, has been in Dana Holgerson's system. But they want to get off to a smooth start here. You start the guy that knows the system and can get people in the right places.
Newcomers. Shorts caught 2 passes. Millard, basically a newcomer. When you talk about starting, he's 4 for 4. Shorts, we talked about. Sims had the runs and scored the touchdown. Dana Holgerson doing a great job of using the new faces and putting them to work early. So Molinari to kick it away. And again, it's Cooper and McBride. And again, nothing doing. The try will start at the 25. Let's go back to the scoring play.
Well, really, Glowinski right here, he makes the big block. They catch William & Mary in a blitz. You know, that's the problem with blitzing down here in the red zone. You make 1 or 2 guys miss, then there's nobody in the back end to make the tackle. Sims, phenomenal in the open field. For a big guy, I can't tell you how impressed both of us were in practice the other day for how sweet his feet are.
How about the shake on Jasper Coleman?
Man, that was pretty great.
Second opportunity for William & Mary offensively. Graham running the offense. With him in the shotgun, Keith McBride. And actually, this time getting the football is going to be Kendall Anderson. First carry of the day, a redshirt freshman. And Isaiah Bruce, a name you'll hear a lot on this West Virginia defense, able to make the stop.
Going to be important here for William & Mary to get a first down, let their defense get on the sideline, get a breather, make a few adjustments.
Second down and 6. The Tribe 3 and out on their opening possession. Graham again working out of the shotgun. And again, it's Anderson going left and not much there. And a nice job by Nick Kwiatkowski, one of the great inside linebackers on this team, to make a stop.
Yeah, West Virginia, they're very excited about their linebacking group. They got Kwiatkowski, Barber, Brandon Golson, Isaiah Bruce. If you're playing a 3-4 defense, you got to have some linebackers with some size and some strength. They're trying to get the personnel here to fit this 3-4. They're really excited about it.
Third down and 5. Keep an eye on Trey McBride. Standout wide receiver, splitted to the near side, bottom of your screen. They're looking that way, but this time they go to the tight end, and a nice job to come up and make the stop defensively. Carl Joseph, who led this team in tackles a year ago. It's short of the first down, and a kicking situation once again for William & Mary.
Yeah, Carl Joseph, I think a guy that we were also impressed with in practice the other day. For his safety, He is thick and strong looking. It's pretty amazing that he was the leading tackler as a freshman last year. He is the leader of that group back there.
The catch there made by Christian Reeves, the transfer from Virginia Tech. And now John Carpenter to punt once again. Jordan Thompson standing deep for the Mountaineers, second time today. Calls for the fair catch. Hauls it in at the 27-yard line. West Virginia 1 for 1. Had the ball once, they put it in the end zone, and they've got the ball when we continue. You think they don't love their football in West Virginia? How about the crowd today? Enjoying game one of our triple header on Fox Sports 1. Coming up next, third-ranked Oregon taking on Nicholls State. Marcus Mariota, DeAnthony Thomas, and of course the new head coach, Mark Helfrich. And then tonight, the nightcap, 10 p.m. Eastern time, 19th ranked Boise State at the all-new Husky Stadium out west. That'll be a good one.
Man, I'm looking forward to watching it myself.
West Virginia scored on their opening drive. Millard was 4 for 4. His favorite receiver was Shorts. He caught 2 passes. Got Mathis involved. And the stud, like we thought, Charles Sims finished it off. An 11-yard touchdown score. The 27-yard line is where the Mountaineers start this drive. Millard out of the shotgun. Little play action to Sims. Going to get it to him on the screen right side. He's in the open field. Gets it across the 30 and another first down as he goes near the 40-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on the play. Trey Reed came over from his cornerback position to make the stop. And once again, tempo for this West Virginia offense.
Yeah, it's the beauty of West Virginia and Dana Holgorsen. They always keep the pressure on.
Millard again out of the shotgun. Looks like some pressure coming for William & Mary. Dreamus Smith gets the ball. Flag is down. Picked up a couple of yards, but this might be a hold. Came right in the interior of that line.
Yeah, we've seen a few pressure defenses from William & Mary here early.
Holding, number 76, 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Like I was saying, you know, we've seen a few pressure defenses. It's good. It's good from the standpoint they might be able to pressure the quarterback, maybe clog up some running lanes. But the problem with it is you're going to leave some skill guys in some space. And at the end of the day, West Virginia's skill guys got a little more talent than William & Mary.
1st and 20 now. First time we've seen adversity for this Mountaineer offense today. Millard going to throw. He's got Shorts again across the 40 and near the 45-yard line.
Millard looked sharp. In practice the other day, he used Shorts a lot, and they're going to keep using him.
Got 15 yards there, 2nd down and 5. Run the ball on 2nd down. Not much doing for Smith. Braxton Hicks, the defensive end, stopped him as he fell at the 45.
The William & Mary defensive line, they're a pretty stout group. I don't think they're going to have a whole lot of problems physically holding up throughout the game. The problem is, will they get worn down? Not a lot of depth on the defensive line. It's a hot day. I'm interested to see if they can keep up with the pace.
First time we've seen the Mountaineers in 3rd down today on the offensive side of the football. Millard out of the pistol. Looking right, throws that way, and he's got his man. First down for Devontae Mathis, who goes out of bounds right at the 40-yard line of William & Mary.
Well, as you see here, Mathis really just running an out route from the slot, pitch and catch wide open.
First down running play. Smith trying to make a man miss. He can't do so. Great effort defensively. Quincy September comes through and throws him for a 3-yard loss.
That 3rd down, that was a big play for William & Mary defense. Had a chance to get off the field, let their offense get back on, get in some rhythm. But here we are now. You know, West Virginia, they're starting to mount the number of plays on the tribe here early.
4 wide receivers on 2nd down and 14. No problems with a 1st and 20 a moment ago. And Smith in motion. Millard, quick pass right side. And again, it's Shorts. The true freshman really had the coaches talking this week, and he's able to slide inside of the linebacker Luke Rhodes, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8.
Another critical down for the Tribe defense. Can they get off the field?
The second time West Virginia has faced 3rd down on this drive. They're 1 for 1. Millard looking left, going through his progressions, rolling right. Lobs it out of bounds. Just had to throw that one away, and that's great coverage by William and Mary.
Great coverage. If I'm William and Mary, I err on the side of coverage. I would rather make West Virginia execute and not make anything easy on them. If you blitz, give them chances to throw quick throws, get their guys in space one-on-one with the William and Mary skill guys. That is going to make it hard on some of those guys in the back end of the secondary for William and Mary. So if I'm them, I play it safe early on, make them execute West Virginia's offense, and then rally and make tackles.
The ball spotted at the 38-yard line. And West Virginia, with some confusion in a kicking situation, calls timeout. And right there you see the new coach of special teams, Joe DeForce, was the defensive coordinator last year, moved over to special teams, and a great get for Dana Holgerson. 11 years he led the special teams at Oklahoma State, without a doubt one of the best in the country at what he does.
Yes, it really was. And West Virginia, they believe in all 3 phases of the game. Of course, they got the kind of athletes that can make big plays, returning kicks and punts. Getting a good special teams coach here is only going to enhance that.
And, you know, he said something that was interesting to me in preparation for the opener. He said, we want 3 specialists in the kicking game when you talk about kicking the football, and they've been able to do that. Michael Molinari is the man that does kickoffs. Nick O'Toole will be the punter, and Josh Lambert the place kicker. And Lambert here going to try a 55-yarder. This will be his first career field goal attempt. His career long in high school, 51. This one from the right hash. Comes up short. No good. And that's great news for William and Mary, who now gets the ball back and will have a nice situation when you talk about field position. They trail it 7-0, trying to get back in the game. When we return, you're watching Fox Sports 1. Welcome back to Morgantown, West Virginia. Fox Sports 1 opening game of a triple header on this Saturday afternoon. William and Mary trailing the Mountaineers 7-0, and they've got the ball for the 3rd time today, and in their first 2 offensive possessions, 3 and out.
Yeah, kind of one of the negatives about attempting a 55-yard field goal like you saw there. You know, you give the other offense some good field position, and now they can hopefully build on that.
Graham, who did some shotgun on the last possession, goes under center here and finds his fullback in the flat. Catch made by Darnell Laws.
Yeah, going into kind of the keys of the game with the running the ball, I expect a lot of high percentage passes as well from William and Mary. Again, it just get the completions, keep the clock going, put their offense in some good situations.
That offensive line for William and Mary with 2 redshirt freshmen starting at tackle, that's always dangerous. They've done a decent job early. 2nd down and 4. Here's the jet. Cooper with a carry. Gets outside, has got some room before he's tackled out of bounds inside West Virginia territory. And it was Darwin Cook who made the stop, a kid they really like on the West Virginia side defensively. But Cooper's someone that can change the game.
Yeah, no doubt. I really like the Jarrell Cooper kid. Got a chance to see him a little bit on some of the spring practice film that I acquired. And he is your typical 3rd down, really quick, and he is possible. He can break the big one. Catches the ball out of the backfield real well as well too.
He's in the backfield here on 1st and 10. Ball inside the 45. Graham with a little play action. Looking down the right side. Trey McBride is there, and a spectacular catch as he holds it in inside the 5. Put it down at the West Virginia 3-yard line.
Wow, great play call. Take a shot once you cross the 50-yard line. This is what this kid does best, Trey McBride. He's got unbelievable body control. The ball's in the air, what you would call the 50-50 ball. He seems to come up with it a lot more than 50% of the time.
It was Ishmael Banks back there defensively for West Virginia. Nice answer for William and Mary, who fell down 7-0. Consecutive 3-and-outs. Graham under center. 2 tight ends. He's going to throw it left side. Again, it's McBride. Incomplete. Overshot him in the corner of the end zone.
Nice safe throw there by Michael Graham. Put it out there where it give his receiver a chance, or nobody gets it. Just about a foot too much for McBride.
But that's the kind of catch McBride believes he should haul in.
Yes, he does. They all believe that he can haul it in.
This time it's Sean Ballard, split out to the left on 2nd down and goal. From the West Virginia 3. Cooper the carry. Spinning at the line of scrimmage and stopped before he gets in the end zone. Great effort defensively by Jared Barber to make the stop. 3rd down and goal, and they're going to spot this ball right inside the 1.
Big play here. West Virginia, of course, is going to be expecting run. So does William and Mary try to smash it up in there between the tackles, or do they try to do a little bootleg or play action pass and get something easy in the pass game?
High formation behind Graham. 3rd and goal, he's going to pass it. Rolling right, end zone, touchdown. Darnell Laws out of the backfield's got his first score. .328 to play in the opening quarter. And after falling behind 7-0 and really getting no production on offense, a nice drive by the Tribe to put it in the end zone.
Really was. Great play call there by Kevin Rogers. Like we were talking about, maybe not quite. The defense knows you're going to run. They might not be as physically stout as West Virginia. Call a little play action pass, catch them off guard, find the easy completion.
John Carpenter with the extra point, up and good. 3:28 to go in the opening quarter. The offense coming alive for William and Mary. The great catch by Trey McBride. And it's Darnell Laws who is on the receiving end of the touchdown for Michael Graham. We're tied at 7 in Morgantown. .328 to play in the opening quarter here in Morgantown, West Virginia. All tied at 7. Mountaineers got on the board first. William and Mary able to answer on their 3rd possession of the game. 7 plays, 66 yards, 4:23 on the scoring drive.
Yeah, I think the most important thing about that drive was just letting the defense get on the sideline and get a breather and get their wits back together.
Carpenter to kick it off from the 35-yard line. It will be Sims and Wendell Smallwood, the true freshman, back deep for the Mountaineers. They kick it to Sims, who grabs it at the goal line. Across the 25 to the 30 and brought down at the 35, but there is a flag. And now let's get a grain break. Lowe's never stop improving. Here's Patrick O'Neill.
Adam, thank you very much. We go to the Horseshoe. Ohio State hosting Buffalo. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for Braxton Miller and the Buckeyes. Another 2-point conversion. It's 16-0. So Adam and Chris, that's the start Urban Meyer was looking for his Buckeyes.
So Ohio State, one of the teams many like in the country to be a part of the national championship picture at the end of the year. Starting the season off at home. And here it has been tight. Mountaineers opened up the day with a long scoring drive, put it in the end zone. Charles Sims, the transfer from Houston, able to cap it off with a score. They will start after the penalty deep inside their own territory here. Wendell Smallwood in the backfield. First time we've seen him in the offense today. Carries it left side. Pulled to the ground by Mike Riley.
Smallwood's another guy we're really excited to see today, a true freshman, but does he has the look of being something special. He's a put your foot in the ground and hit the gap and fly kind of guy. I'm excited to see him today.
A high school teammate of DeKeel Shorts. Both of them came here in January and already making their presence known as true freshmen. It's Cody Clay, the motion man. He's a West Virginia kid. Smallwood again on 2nd down and 4. Takes it near the marker, going to be a little bit short. His George Beerhalter pulled him down. That's just a defensive lineman's name, isn't it, Beerhalter?
Doesn't get any more defense than that. But, you know, getting back to West Virginia, I like how they're staying patient with the run game here. You know, they're trying to become a tougher team on both sides of the ball. So run the ball, make your offensive line tough. It's going to change the dynamic of this team this year in the Big 12.
3rd and short for the Mountaineers. Full house backfield. The carry to Sims, who fell across the line and has the first down. Mike Riley made the stop. Shannon Dawson, the offensive coordinator for West Virginia, and Dana Holgerson, who kind of share play calling duties, who've done a nice job of mixing it up today, not just with what they're doing from a pass run standpoint, but the number of players they have gotten involved in the game. That was Smith in motion. Millard, little play fake, dumps it left side to McCartney, who makes a man miss and has another first down, racing out near the 30-yard line before he's shoved out by Jerome Coupland.
Caught William & Mary in a blitz, leaves the receiver one-on-one outside. He makes a guy miss and gets the first down.
It's Ryan Smith that he went around, the best cover corner for William & Mary. McCartney with his first catch today. Remember last year, started the year at West Virginia, played the first 8 games, left the team, came back earlier this summer, and earned a starting position for Dana Holgerson. Some room to work for this offense after starting at their own 8-yard line. Sims on the carry. Little bit of operating space as he falls at the 35-yard line. Luke Rhodes pulled him down. Luke Rhodes, an interesting story defensively for William & Mary. Started his redshirt freshman year as an outside linebacker. Injury moved him inside and had an amazing season for the Tribe.
Underneath center, expect a run.
2nd down and 5. Millard, the handoff and plenty of room again. It's Sims who takes it across midfield and is pulled down at the 46-yard line of William & Mary.
Again, underneath the center, I would expect to see another run.
This time left side to Sims. He cuts it back and dances for a couple. Shoestring tackle for Luke Rhodes, and Braxton Hicks was there as well.
A little bit of a key for the William & Mary defense. You know, West Virginia, they like to be in the shotgun. If I see the quarterback underneath the center, I, as William & Mary, would expect to see a run in between the tackles.
Closing on the end of the opening quarter. West Virginia on the move, 2nd and 8. Little play action here, and they're going deep. McCartney, the man down there, and he can't run under it, incomplete. Fans here wanted a flag. Jasper Coleman putting the pressure on Paul Millard.
A good time to take a shot. They've run the ball a few plays in a row. They come back with the play action, try to get McCartney over the top. Millard just throws it a little deep. Millard's a big boy, so he can take the hit. I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, Millard, 6'2", 220. He's a thick kid. 8 seconds to play here in the opening quarter.
Looks like it's going to be pressure from William & Mary defense.
3rd and 8. The Mountaineers 2 of 3 on 3rd down today.
Look for a quick throw from West Virginia.
Millard throws it left side, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Ronald Carswell, but he would have been short of the first down anyway. And Ryan Smith doing a nice job to cover him up. 2nd punt of the day for West Virginia. Nick O'Toole in to kick it away. Howard calls for the fair catch. He'll haul it in at the 11. And we have reached the end of the opening quarter. West Virginia able to strike first, take a 7-0 lead. Charles Sims got in the end zone. But William and Mary able to answer, and they will have the ball when we come back. 7-7 at the end of one in Morgantown, West Virginia. Good to have you with us on Fox Sports 1. "15 minutes complete in Morgantown. 7-7 our score. Let's look now at our KFC first quarter stats.
Well, of course, West Virginia's had the ball a little bit more, gone down the field, had a little more success. But hey, William and Mary, they weathered the storm here early, hung in there, put a good drive together. They got something to build on. And the defense now seems to be getting a groove as well. So that's an important thing here as we go along.
Kind of a bend, don't break. 10 first downs given up by that William and Mary defense. Only 7 points. Here's Graham on 1st and 10 from his own 11-yard line. Keith McBride gets the carry. Not much happening there. And among those at the bottom of the pile, Shaq Rao, the big nose tackle for the Mountaineers.
I think it'll be a tall order running outside on this West Virginia defense because of the two guys they got at linebacker out there. Brandon Golson, Isaiah Bruce. They're pretty physical. They're both strong. They can set the edge and kind of funnel all these outside runs back inside to their inside linebackers and their defensive tackles.
McBride and Ballard. Split top of your screen. Inside handoff to McBride. Some hard hitting going on as he closes on the 20-yard line. Brought down at the 18.
McBride's a big, powerful running back. He's built to run in between the tackles. 3rd and 4, good situation for the William and Mary offense. Don't have to do too much. I would expect a pretty high percentage pass concept here. And I would look for Trey McBride on the outside. You see him down here in the bottom of your screen. He's their go-to guy. When Graham is in trouble, he's going to look to him.
He had the big catch on the scoring drive. Graham is going to put it up. Got some trouble. Dumps it over the middle. Ballard finding the open space. Has the first down as he takes it close to the 30. And that's kind of his M.O.
Yeah, great job by Graham in the pocket. Had a little pressure. Steps around it. Finds Ballard coming across, sitting in the zone. Really nice, really nicely done. If I'm West Virginia on defense, I go out of my way to put a safety over the top of Trey McBride. Make somebody else on this William and Mary offense beat you.
Here's Graham working out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Anderson gets the call. Bounces off a tackle but can go nowhere thanks to Brandon Golson. They love this kid, the junior college transfer.
Yeah, again, another guy that I think both you and I were really impressed with. He just he passes the look test. He looks like an outside linebacker. You know, they want to play this 3-4 defense. You need outside linebackers that can do it all. They need to hold up in the run game, rush the passer, drop into coverage. He's a good-looking guy.
He came from Georgia Military Academy and has found a home quite quickly. One of those starting outside linebacker positions opposite Isaiah Bruce.
I look for play-action pass.
That's what we get here on 2nd down and 9. What about the grab by Laws out of the backfield? One-handed stab, and he's out to the 35. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Laws is a player that every offense needs in college football. I know this coaching staff here with William and Mary, they really like him. He can do it all. He's a physical blocker. He can run the ball if they want him to. And as you see there, got some real good hands.
He does. Use one hand to keep it alive and then haul it in. William and Mary, 2 of 4 on 3rd down this afternoon.
Trey McBride in the slot. I'd watch him.
Instead, they come near side to Anderson, who's got the first down and more across the 40 and finally pulled down at the 45-yard line by Kyle Rose.
Nice play call. Something we haven't seen yet. Good little wrinkle to the offense. I'm sure West Virginia was, as I, looking at Trey McBride. Gets the first down, keeps the clock going, lets this William & Mary defense rest a little on the sideline.
Closing on 10 minutes to play here in the opening half. And the longer William & Mary hangs around, the more confidence they gain. Good field position here. 1st and 10 from the 45. Cooper, who had the big run a moment ago, gets 5 yards. Now let's get a Fox game break to Patrick O'Neill in Los Angeles.
Adam, thank you. Well, last night on Fox Sports 1, FCS school North Dakota State upset Kansas State. Look what's happening here. Villanova, another FCS school, leading Boston College as Jamal Abdur-Rahman, his 2nd touchdown. So right now, Nova over BC 14-7. Let's go back to Adam and Chris.
Thank you, Patrick. William & Mary on the move. All tied at 7 here in Morgantown, West Virginia. 2nd down and 4. Graham looking to pass. Again, it's Laws who's got room inside the 40 and down to the 30 before he's knocked out of bounds by Carl Joseph. The Tribe have got it working offensively.
Well, this is the 3rd time today we've seen Laws be able to outflank the defense with these little quick play action passes into the flat. Yeah, really a good concept. Trey McBride there kind of gets in the way of the linebacker, makes it hard for him to fight through traffic, and it's just an easy completion for the quarterback.
Pick up there, 19 yards. 1st and 10 at the 30. Laws the motion man. They've had him doing a little bit of everything today. Graham, play fake, throwing left side. Trey McBride caught at the 1-yard line. An amazing catch by the junior.
That's what he does. That's what we knew he would do it all week. West Virginia was prepared for it. They had a safety rolled over the top. Really, Michael Graham had no business throwing the ball. But, hey, when you got a playmaker, sometimes you give him a chance. Great job. Gets the foot in bounds. 1st down, and William & Mary, we thought if they could hang around, that they could make a game. As long as they didn't get blown out real quick with some big plays, that they could hang around and physically match up with West Virginia.
Fell behind 7-0, a chance to take the lead here. 2nd and goal, they mark McBride out at the 2. Graham rolling left, just going to throw this one away. A lot of pressure there by the Mountaineers.
Yes. One thing I'm really liking, too, on the William & Mary side, the offensive coordinator, Kevin Rogers, he's doing a great job of keeping West Virginia off balance, staying patient with the run. He didn't panic when they got down early. And, of course, if you stay patient with the run, it opens up a lot in your passing game and makes life a lot easier on a quarterback who doesn't have a whole lot of experience in Michael Graham.
2nd down and goal. Trey McBride out wide to the right. In the backfield, it's Keith McBride. That's Laws, the motion man. Keith McBride carrying the ball, stacked up, going to be dropped for a loss of 3 or 4. What about the pursuit there?
Yeah, there's no other way to say it right there than William & Mary just got pushed back. West Virginia's defense, big shack in the middle. They just pushed the pile back and gave the running back no lanes to run through. Eric Kinsey there on the tackle, another guy that, again, he fits the mold of this 3-4 defense that Keith Patterson runs here in West Virginia.
Started camp 3rd on the depth chart. A lot of hard work, good attitude. Ascended to 1st team for Keith Patterson.
Be careful if you're Michael Graham here. You want to come away with points.
3rd and goal. Graham going to throw it. Short drop. Now he's going to run. Dancing around, dives. Did he get in? Yes. Touchdown, William & Mary.
Really a great play by Michael Graham right there. My old coach, John Gruden, used to say, you know why this is a great play? Because this is the only play. Nobody opened downfield in the pass game. He realizes it, doesn't try to force the ball, and makes a play happen with his feet. And really a gutsy dive there to get in the end zone, taking a little contact.
Dozie Azima is down on the field for West Virginia, the outside linebacker who was trying to make the stop at the goal line. Recorded a couple of tackles today. A 6'2", 234-pound senior out of Pomona, New York. And they're looking at Graham on the sidelines, and You know, quarterback has been a sensitive subject when you talk about injuries in William and Mary. You had Rafael Ortiz, who hurt a shoulder last year, and the same for Brent Caprio, who actually was back for spring ball, but hurt his foot. Neither able to go throughout camp, won't play here today, and there you see the hard shot he took at the goal line.
Yeah, Carl Joseph gives him a nice forearm right in the face. You know, us quarterbacks, we're not always used to getting hit, so we take a shot, we get to the sideline, make sure everything's in order. Here, we'll see it one more time. They are reviewing it upstairs still. We'll see if he gets in. I thought he got the ball over before the knee came down. It's hard to see with all the pile of bodies. I think it's going to be hard to overturn this call.
The ball definitely got to the goal line.
Definitely did. The question is whether that knee went down right there, but I think he's across. There's just not enough visual evidence there to overturn that, in my opinion.
Jared Barber was hanging on for his life, the linebacker for West Virginia, but unable to keep him out of the end zone. The touchdown will stand. And on to try the extra point, John Carpenter. Townsend won at UConn on Thursday night. Last night, North Dakota State, another FCS team, goes on the road and beats Kansas State. And here, William and Mary taking care of business. 14-7, they are on top with 8:56 to play, and the score made possible by that outstanding wide receiver, Trey McBride.
Yeah, Trey McBride, he's going to be playing on Sunday, one day in the NFL. He shows why here. We'll be back.
(14-7), William and Mary leading over West Virginia with 8:56 to play. Here in the opening half, Michael Graham, a gutsy kid, playing like the senior leader that he is.
Yeah, he's really played well so far. I can't tell you just how impressed I am with William and Mary altogether right now. Just weathering that early storm. Didn't look good early, but they hung in there, and now the defense and offense are in a groove, and now momentum's changed, and the pressure's on this West Virginia offense. I'm interested to see if we're going to see Trickett or Millard here now coming into this series.
Sims and Smallwood back deep for the Mountaineers. Carpenter puts this one into the end zone, and Smallwood going to bring it out. Some room across the 20. Finally brought down at the 26-yard line, and that's where the Mountaineers will begin here. And once again, it's going to be Millard that leads the offense. Actually, Trickett has put his helmet on, and he's going to be the guy. I saw Millard with his helmet on, but Trickett going to be the man with 8:49 to play in the second quarter.
Well, they were wondering when they could insert him and get him in the game. Here you go, down 14-7. Not the most ideal time for a guy to get in the game, but he's in it, and I'm sure he's excited to play. Looking like pressure early here on Trickett.
First play of him, a run. Charles Sims, right side, across the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Jerome Copeland comes over to make the stop. Trickett, a kid that graduated in 3 years from Florida State, announced in May he would transfer here to West Virginia. Some movement in the offensive line, and going to go 5 yards in the wrong direction here.
False start, number 64, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Mark Glowinski a little anxious to get going. That'll make it second down and 10.
I'm excited to see what Clint Trickett has here. You know, a coach's son, hasn't been here too long. He's really got only 20 practices under his belt, so that's not easy for a quarterback, of course. Let's see if he can execute the offense.
Second down and 9. And again, it's Sims who gets the carry, falling across the 30-yard line. You mentioned Trickett is a coach's son. His father, Rick, the offensive line coach at Florida State, where he transferred from, but he used to be the offensive line coach here at West Virginia. So he grew up watching this team play. He knows what it's all about in Mountaineer country.
The college football world is a small world for coaches.
3rd down and 6. 4 wide receivers. Trickett going to put it up, tipped and nearly intercepted. Incomplete as he tried to find Devontae Mathis. And the Mountaineers go 3 and out. They're going to have to punt it away. Great effort by Green to get his hands up and knock it away.
Yeah, Eric Green right here, as you see him, just does a great job really of reading the quarterback's eyes and then reacting to the throw, making the play. Really athletic linebacker. I expect we'll see him more today.
Here's the punt for O'Toole. Ballard calls for the fair catch at the 21. William & Mary leading 14-7. They've got the ball when we come back to Morgantown. This week, UFC Wednesday comes to Fox Sports 1 as 3rd-ranked light heavyweight Glover Teixeira takes on Ryan Bader. Then it's the season premiere of The Ultimate Fighter featuring rival coaches Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate. UFC Wednesday brings you 8 straight hours of great UFC action beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern with a UFC Fight Night pre-fight show. And the prelims this week right here on Fox Sports 1. William & Mary on top 14-7. Bit of a stunner here in Morgantown. They've got the ball just across their own 20-yard line. A little run on 1st down.
Yep,
It was Anderson who got the ball there.
The tide has turned here a little bit, so we're going to get to see this West Virginia defense, see how they can handle some pressure here. I mean, 2 things that jump out at me here early. Take away Trey McBride, and I know he's made some phenomenal catches, so there's nothing you can do about that. But the other thing, the fullback in the flat, Darnell Laws, he's got 3, maybe 4 receptions here early. It's really hurt the West Virginia defense. They got to be aware of that.
Really moved Laws around, taking advantage of his many abilities on the offensive side of the football. Running again on 2nd down. Anderson hit and stood up as he went to the 25-yard line. Shaq Rowell, the big nose tackle, wrestled him down. Rowell and Clark, the 2 defensive linemen for West Virginia, both 5th-year seniors. That's nice to have if you're Keith Patterson, a first-year D coordinator.
Yeah, there's no question. The guys he can depend on, they played a little bit. They got a little experience. They got some big guys up front. The thing I'm most interested here we are, 3rd and 5 and 6. Pretty manageable situation for the William & Mary offense.
After missing their first 2 on 3rd down, they've now converted 4 in a row. Here they're going to Anderson out of the backfield, who makes a nice grab on the dunk, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. Isaiah Bruce among those who came up and made the stop. Nick Kwiatkowski also there to make the tackle on Anderson and pull him down shy of the opening of the 1st down.
Great play call here by William & Mary. They catch West Virginia in a blitz. I can't tell you how great of a tackle this was by Kwiatkowski. If Kwiatkowski doesn't make this tackle, it might have gone for 60.
Carpenter to punt it away. Great effort that time by that West Virginia defense. Jordan Thompson bobbles and pulls it in. That'll scare you to death as a coach. West Virginia trailing in this one 14-7, but they've got the ball when we return. Humid day in Morgantown, West Virginia, where William & Mary leads 14-7 over the homestanding Mountaineers. And if you're a quarterback, you'd love to play for Dana Holgerson. He can coach you up.
Well, it's like a lot of things with this West Virginia offense. The machine just keeps rolling, the parts change, but it doesn't matter who plays quarterback. They always put up phenomenal numbers. He's a quarterback-friendly coach. There's no question about that. He teaches them well, and they do a lot of different things on offense to respect.
Clint Trickett, the 2nd quarterback we've seen today, 3 and out on his opening drive. Passing here and incomplete through the hands of Mario Alford, who was trying to pull in his first catch of the day.
Yeah, William & Mary brought a little pressure off the edge. Good job by Trickett recognizing it. Made a good throw, just a drop pass by Alford.
Trickett now 0 for 2 since coming into the game. Going to run it on 2nd and 10. Smith, who's trying to grind for yards, got a couple out near the 25.
William Mary defense doing a great job right now, keeping West Virginia on their toes, changing up looks. The other thing that jumps out at me, this defensive line, they are not physically overmatched in the run game against this West Virginia offensive line. They're holding their own, doing a good job. Dropping 8 into coverage here. You see they got 3 rushers.
3rd down and 8. Trickett going to throw it. Nope, he's going to be sacked. Great pressure coming from behind, and Mike Riley got there first, his first sack of the year.
Another great defensive play call really there by defense coordinator Scott Boone. You know, I really like this little wrinkle they got. Rush 3, drop 8, cloud all the passing lanes for this West Virginia offense, make this new quarterback make some tough decisions.
Nick O'Toole kicks this one from inside his 10. Ballard can't make a play on it, and a great roll for West Virginia. Is this thing going to finally come down at the 22-yard line? William and Mary hanging in on the road. They lead at 14-7, and they've got the ball when we return on Fox Sports 1. .413 to halftime here in West Virginia. William and Mary leading on the road 14-7. And coming up on the Pizza Hut halftime report, Rob Stone, Joel Klatt, and Coy Wire in our Los Angeles studios talking about Johnny football back on the field today, a place I'm sure he feels much more comfortable than the headlines he's been making in recent weeks. And Ohio State, one of the preseason top 5s, undefeated a year ago, not eligible for bowl play, and they have kicked off 2013 as well. Highlights coming up on the Pizza Hut halftime report. Michael Graham, a rushing touchdown, got banged up, but he soldiers on. And on 1st down, Cooper gets the carry. Not much happening. Will Clark able to make the stop from his defensive tackle position.
Yeah, Will Clark, he was an impressive looking guy as well that we saw on Thursday at practice. Big, long, perfect fit for the defense end position in this 3-4 defense. He can 2-gap people, which basically means he can hold up the offensive tackle and throw him whichever way he wants when he sees the ball carrier.
6.5 tackles for loss last year for Will Clark. He can be disruptive. 2nd down and 10. Again, Cooper carrying the ball. This time he gets a couple of yards out near the 30. Isaiah Bruce came over to pull him down. And it's interesting, the play calling here by Kevin Rogers seemed to be much more comfortable on the ground the last couple of drives if you're William and Mary.
Yes, well, you know, he's looking at the big picture. He knows his defense on his team is not quite as deep. He wants to make sure they get a rest. It's the end of the 2nd quarter. He's hoping they can maybe run a little clock, get a 1st down here, and maybe not let the West Virginia offense get a chance to score before the half.
3rd down and 7 as we go under 3 minutes to play here in the 1st half. And they will run on 3rd down, but going to be short of the 1st. West Virginia comes out, takes care of business. It was Anderson carrying the ball, and again, Isaiah Bruce from his outside linebacking position able to make the stop. And K.J. Dillon, a name we've not said today, the backup safety, a true sophomore, comes in nickel situations.
Not a bad play call by William and Mary. I don't disagree with it. They got the lead. They don't want to force anything on 3rd and long. Get a turnover, get something like that gives West Virginia some momentum right now. The Tribe got the momentum right now. They don't want to give anything easy to the Mountaineers.
John Carpenter standing at his own 15 to punt it away. Little pressure, but he rides it out. Jordan Thompson bobbled it last time, but pulls this one in cleanly at the 31, and that's where West Virginia will have the ball.
Defense.
So there were some questions coming into this week as to who would be the starting quarterback. Paul Millard, the veteran in the system. He's been here a couple of years backing up Geno Smith, got the start. Last 2 possessions, Clint Trickett, the transfer from Florida State, got his opportunity. And now with 2:06 to play, you're going to run your quick offense. Millard back in calling the shots for head coach Dana Holgorsen.
Yep, again, here we go. Underneath the center, I expect a run.
Run is what we get.
Not surprised to see Millard back in here right now. He's got the most experience in the offense. He has more experience running this 2-minute drill than Trickett. Dana Holgorsen knows that. He puts him in, lets him orchestrate the show.
Sims got 3 there to set up 2nd down and 7. 3 receivers top of your screen as again they give it to Sims, and he's got room getting to the 2nd level and pulled down near midfield by Quincy September. Minute 39 to go. Clock will stop here as they move the change. West Virginia has 2 timeouts remaining.
Good play call there by Dana Holgorsen. Spread the defense out, run the draw, let Sims get in between the tackles, make some moves in space. It's a run. If they're underneath the center, it's a run.
Clock rolling again. Millard, play action, has some time. Now the pocket breaks down. He lost the football. It's loose and covered up on the far side by Jasper Coleman. What a turn of events this is with 1:11 to play in the opening half.
Unbelievable. Well, they're going to wish they ran after I tried to call that there. They tried to kind of trick the William & Mary defense and catch him with a play action pass. Kind of backfired on them. See the replay there. Mike Riley did a great job of swatting the ball out of Millard's hands. Jasper Coleman comes around, falls on the ball. I was glad he didn't try to pick it up and run. You know, in a situation like this, just get on the ball, let your offense get on the field, and try to get some points here before the half.
How about the hustle from the big fella? 6'4", 290, running it down. First turnover of the day, and great field position for William & Mary, who lead at 14-7. And there he is, Jimmy Laycock. He's been an institution at the Virginia FCS school in his 34th season. 5th on the all-time wins list among active coaches in FCS. Here's Graham on 1st down. One of the play fake. Dumps it off to Laws, who got out of bounds right at the 30. Pickup of a few. Brandon Golson that shoved him out.
Darnell Laws in the flat. We've seen it a lot today. They're going to keep going to it until West Virginia stops it.
West Virginia won the opening toss and deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half, which makes that turnover and potential scoring opportunity even bigger. If you can tie it up, come out and you get the ball, you got momentum. Now all of a sudden the Tribe trying to snatch that momentum away. 2nd down and 6, 1:06 to play. Clock stopped when Laws went out of bounds. Graham going to throw it. Rolling right, nothing there, and he just tosses it over the head of Asmar to throw it away.
Safe play there by Graham. Did a good job. Didn't really have a whole lot. Maybe had the tight end Robert Asmar in the flat. Didn't want to pull the trigger. I don't blame him. They got the lead. You play smart in this situation. Hopefully they can get it. Either get a few yards here, get your team in better field goal position, or you get a 1st down here and maybe go for 7 at some point.
And that's what you like about having a senior quarterback, that decision-making ability. He's seasoned, he understands the circumstance, and now we'll see how he handles 3rd and 6 from the West Virginia 30. Going to hand it off to Keith McBride, who's got the 1st down and more as he stumbles inside the 20 and pulled down at the 18-yard line. Carl Joseph came over to trip him up.
Great play call. They're gonna fit with what they thought was the right thing to do in this game plan going in here. Don't let West Virginia get any cheap turnovers. Take the ball out of the quarterback's hand and keep the chains moving.
Pickup of 13 for McBride on 3rd and 6. And William & Mary has used their first time out of the opening half.
They're doing a good job in damage control, as I would say. They're playing it safe, keeping it close to the vest. They're going to continue with this formula. It's working here early. Why get away from it?
55 seconds away from the Pizza Hut halftime show. Coy, Joel, and Rob standing by in our Los Angeles studios to update you on the first Saturday of college football season. Got a report earlier from Patrick O'Neill that Villanova giving Boston College some problems today. Here it's William & Mary, already 2 FCS wins over FBS schools this weekend.
Well, if anything in recent history has taught us, it's that there is parity in college football, whether it's 1A or 1AA.
1st and 10 for Graham. He's going to pass it. Rolling left, a lot of room to run. Spins the hips, back of the end zone, incomplete. Trying to find the tight end, Bo Ravel. Couldn't get it to him, and Carl Joseph laid the hit on him. That's such a strong hit that Ravel has gone to a knee in the back of the end zone.
You know, not a real good decision here by Michael Graham. Had plenty of room in front of him to run and get another 5-10 yards here. Takes a little chance throwing it there back in the end zone. Why? You don't need to take that chance right now. Your team's controlling the game. Go get 5-10 yards. Keep your offense in good positions. That's what they've done so well so far. It lets them run the ball or pass the ball. It makes them multidimensional.
And you saw where he hit him there, and that's a perfect example of the coaches doing a nice job of translating the rules to their kids. This targeting rule in 2013 being taken very seriously. If you're flagged for it, you're ejected from the game. Joseph did a good job keeping his head up, hitting him in his midsection, and not going above the shoulders or leading with the crown of the helmet. And it's good to see Ravel getting up and walking to the sideline.
Here we go one more time. I mean, here you see Michael Graham. Nobody really in front of him. One guy about 5 yards downfield. You know, who knows? You might make him miss and get another 10 yards. I just don't think the risk here far outweighs the reward of trying to fit that ball in the back of the end zone to Bo Ravel. You know, West Virginia's defense, they're in a little bit of a tough spot here. Do you want to pressure, or do you want to sit back and make William and Mary earn it? If I'm West Virginia, I sit back and make them earn it. Don't let them give anything easy. Don't let Trey McBride be one-on-one outside.
McBride line up bottom of your screen. The give here to Keith McBride, who carries it inside the 15, picked up about 5 yards, and the clock continues to roll down inside of 40 seconds.
If you're William and Mary, you let it roll. You don't want West Virginia to touch the ball again this half. If possible, they're doing a good job of clock management right here.
Jimmy Laycock lets the clock roll down to 32 seconds and calls the timeout. Leaves himself an opportunity here. If you do pick up the first down, you still have some time on the clock to make a play. If you don't, you kick the field goal, and it leads right back to what you're talking about. You don't leave any room for an opportunity on the West Virginia sideline.
No, you don't want that. You don't want West Virginia to get the ball back, somehow maybe run a draw or a screen to Charles Sims, and he breaks for 50, and they get some cheap field goal before the half.
Well, the bell cow offensively for William and Mary, without a doubt, their stud wide receiver, Trey McBride, and he's had a huge impact today.
Yeah, Trey McBride, he's their go-to guy. We knew that coming in. Almost had 1,000 yards receiving last year. Unbelievable body control. Seems to always catch these jump balls, even when I watched some tape of him last year. If I'm West Virginia, like I said earlier, I'm always going to keep a safety over the top. Make one of these other receivers beat you. Make Sean Ballard beat you, or Kevin Hart, or even the run game. But you don't want to go home tonight and think, wow, their best player, he tore our defense up today.
2 catches, 68 yards, and both of them setting up touchdowns for the Tribe, who are knocking on the door here. 3rd and 5. Graham going to pass, right side, incomplete. Looking for Cooper out of the backfield.
Good play call again. I really like it. Kevin Rogers, he's coaching very smart. You know, there he throws the screen, hopes he gets the first down. He figures, I'll get a completion and the clock will keep running. But unfortunately, Cooper drops the ball. Now they get a chance to kick the field goal and go up 10.
Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. Brent Caprio, the holder, set up at the 19 on the right hash. John Carpenter, 3 for 6 a year ago, is long 32 yards. This one a 29-yard attempt. And it's good. William and Mary takes the turnover, turns it into points, and now a 2-score lead, 17-7 with 23 seconds to play in the opening half.
Yeah, there's so much to be impressed right now with William and Mary. You know, the other thing that jumps out at me just as we go along here, you know, their offensive line, they're hanging in there. They're pushing around the West Virginia defensive line a little bit. It's a pretty solid group up front for William and Mary on the offensive line. You know, they got some big guys as far as Andrew Jones at center and this Trevor Springman, their right guard. He's a real killer. If you watch him a little bit, you'll see him mash some people all over the field.
What do you tell your team if you're Dana Holgerson? at halftime.
You continue to tell them, play smart football. Don't panic because of the score. We know we can score points in a hurry. Let's just play assignment football and not let anyone say, okay, I need to make a play. Just play smart. I really think at the end of the day, that's all they got to do coming out in the second half. He might have to find a few ways to find some plays that can get some big plays or big chunks of yards for the West Virginia offense.
Carpenter going to send this one to the back of the end zone. Sims going to sit on it there. And with 23 seconds left, I would anticipate the West Virginia offense would do the same in this situation. Only 2 timeouts. And Millard again will be the quarterback. He's led all but 2 series today.
I would expect here with 23 seconds in the half, you're going to see the Mountaineers either run a screen, a draw, or maybe even a screen to one of the receivers outside. It's going to be something they hope that one of their guys can break a tackle or make somebody miss and make a big play.
And Sims behind Millard, gets it on the delay, hit in the backfield, and brought down. Tyler Clater there to make the play, a loss of a few. And the Mountaineers going to be content to go to the locker room. They jumped out to a 7-0 lead, scored on their opening drive. Since that time, all William and Mary. Great effort offensively and defensively for the Tribe. They've scored 17 unanswered points. It's halftime in Morgantown, West Virginia. William and Mary 17, West Virginia 7. And now it's the Pizza Hut halftime report from our Los Angeles studios. Here's Rob Stone. Welcome back to Morgantown, West Virginia. It's Fox College football presented by Geico. Bit of a shocker here at Mountaineer Field. William and Mary, 17-7 leaders over West Virginia. And Chris, you and I knew coming into this ball game, William and Mary going to play tough and compete. But the bottom line is we did not expect them to be leading by 10 at the break.
No, we didn't. They've certainly played well. There's no doubt about that. You know, 2 things William and Mary was concerned about going into the game. The speed of West Virginia. Would they be able to tackle them in the open field? They've done that. And then their lack of depth. William and Mary's really hasn't been a problem for them so far. They're fresh. They're playing well. I look for more of that in the second half.
Let's look now at the highlights from the opening half. And the early portion of this game, exactly what we thought we would get. A large dose of Charles Sims.
Yeah, well, why not? He's the most talented guy on their offense. I still think we're going to get a big dose of him in the second half. You know, the other thing is, who else are they going to incorporate into this offense so far? You know, we haven't seen anybody else really make a play for them other than Charles Sims.
Sims did get the score that put West Virginia up 7-0. For William and Mary, the other number 3, Trey McBride.
Yes, well, there's one thing that my time in New England as an assistant coach and an assistant scout, you take away the team's number 1 option. And so far, they've been unable to do that. Trey McBride's been phenomenal, made some great catches. You know, they're going to continue to go to him. But if I'm West Virginia, stop him, make somebody else beat you.
That first pass to McBride set up the touchdown pass to Darnell Laws. The second pass to McBride opened the door for Michael Graham to run it in himself. West Virginia got the opening kick. They deferred, so they will have the ball to start the second half as we look at our stats from half number 1.
Well, it was the tale of 2 quarters, really. You know, West Virginia kind of dominated the first quarter. The second quarter was all William and Mary. You know, these quarterbacks for West Virginia, they struggled in the second quarter. You saw them get off to a good start. Millard went 8 for 8 to start the game, but they're 1-6 in the passing game since then.
And it will be Millard that gets the call to begin the second half. Clint Trickett got a couple of series there in the second quarter. Millard standing at his own 20 in the shotgun. Hands it off to Sims. Right back to the bread and butter. 4 yards for him. as he goes out to the 29-yard line.
The William & Mary defense, they've proven so far that they can handle this run game. They're not going to be overpowered. Their defensive line's doing a great job, and they've limited the amount of big plays in the running game.
Millard, 9 of 12, 99 yards in that opening half of play. Going to throw it here on second down. Quick pass to Keel Shorts, who's been impressive in his Mountaineer debut.
Yes, he has. He's everything that they said he would be. Smart, good hands, a reliable receiver in the slot.
Got in front of Frank Tamaclo. The transfer from Wisconsin made the stop. Here's Sims running on first down. Quick burst, spin move, takes him out near midfield. They're going to say his knee went down at the 48, but another first down for West Virginia.
We talked about before the first half end, West Virginia can't panic. Just continue to do what you do, run the ball, high percentage passes.
Down 10 for a high-octane offense, no big deal. Devontae Mathis has the catch on the far side. Drives it inside the 45 of William & Mary. Jerome Copeland came up from his safety position to make a stop. 91 tackles a year ago, 3 interceptions for him. He's a catalyst in the secondary. Here's Millard. Shorts again has got it. And one more time, the pitch and catch results in a first down for West Virginia, and the Mountaineers wasting no time here in the second half.
No, good play calling so far by Dana Holgorsen. Been some high percentage passes. Get some confidence back on your offense. Get the team with a little positive momentum, like what they're doing.
Smith in the backfield. Lines up behind Millard, who operates out of the pistol. That's Cody Clay to his left. Haven't said his name a lot today. He's the blocking back in this situation and unable to get to his man. Smith going to be dropped for a loss back around the 40.
Well, you jinxed Cody Clay there.
I did.
You said you hadn't called his name much, and there he missed the block. Cody Clay, nice little addition to this offense. He can do it all. Play tight end, line up in the slot, plays a little fullback.
Great hands, reliable West Virginia kid that grew up loving Mountaineer football. Living out his dream, playing for Dana Holgorsen. Right side, Smith gets the carry. Nice job to break tackles inside the 30 and a couple of yards shy of the first down. Jerome Copeland trying to hang on, but Smith, the junior college transfer, would not be denied.
Yeah, Dreamus Smith, he's a bull. He's a little bit shorter in size as far as his height, but he's 220 pounds. Arm tackles aren't going to bring the guy down. You better hit him square and wrap up.
Spot the ball at the 28-yard line. 2.5 minutes gone here in the second half. Sims gets the carry on third down. Spins in the hole, but going to be short of the first down by a yard. And decision time for Dana Holgorsen.
Nice little play there by Jerome Copeland. Kind of shot the A-gap. Made Sims readjust his running lane. And William & Mary kind of rallied and made the tackle.
Derek Hope comes into the game. Cody Clay in there as well. An indication they are going with their short yardage package on 4th down and 1. This a big play for both the West Virginia offense and that William & Mary defense.
Quarterback's underneath the center.
The hand to Smith, who makes a man miss, has the first down, leaping inside the 25-yard line to the 23 of William & Mary.
I like what West Virginia's doing. They're not getting away from their game plan either. Not going to panic. Still going to run the ball and try to keep this William & Mary defense honest.
Millard going under center once again on 1st and 10. That's the aforementioned Clay that goes in motion. Little audible at the line for the junior quarterback, who hands it to Smith coming right side. Cuts it back, breaks a tackle, and has a couple of yards near the 20. Going to be knocked down at the 21-yard line. Luke Rhodes there for William & Mary.
William & Mary's done a good job of tackling so far. They told us early in the week they were a little concerned with it. They didn't scrimmage a lot all through preseason camp because of the lack of depth. They didn't want to get anybody hurt. So here they are. The bullets are for real, and they're making the tackles.
2nd and 8 for Millard. They'll play action with Sims. Look toward the end zone. Now throws it right side. And a great catch made to keep the feet in bounds. K.J. Myers with another West Virginia first down.
Good throw there by Millard. Might have had the post for the touchdown on the front side. He didn't like it. Moved in the pocket. Made a good throw on the outside.
Myers doing a good job to keep himself alive. Here's Sims running left. Breaks it outside. He's got speed, but can't go anywhere here. Maybe so. He breaks a tackle and gets a couple. Could have very easily been knocked for no gain or a loss of a yard. Quincy September came over to make the tackle on Sims after he went around the corner.
Millard's got to be smart here too. If they're going to pass the ball, it's getting down here the 8-yard line. The field gets short. It gets crowded. Be smart. Make sure your team comes away with points here.
5 minutes into the second half. West Virginia solid on the offensive side of the ball. Sims cuts it right side. Falls at the 5. The 3rd down and short.
Third down and 5. I would expect we're going to see some type of pass, something in the slot. I'd look for number 82, Devontae Mathis, right here to get the ball.
They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Here's Millard giving it right side to Sims, and a great effort defensively. Jerome Copeland came up and pulled him down.
Yeah, really good tackle by Jerome Copeland. Here he is right here. You see him. The best player on their defense last year makes a big tackle, saves the touchdown there.
He's a captain.
He'll be playing in the NFL. He's going to make a roster next year somehow, some way. Too talented in pass coverage and too good of a tackler not to be somewhere.
Great drive for West Virginia. Going to result in a field goal try. And this one up and good for Josh Lambert. Mountaineers score on their opening drive of the second half. They trail at 17-10. William and Mary with their first chance when we return. Paul Millard leads the scoring drive to open the second half for West Virginia. 17-10, they trail William and Mary. 15 plays, 70 yards. Lambert caps it off with a 22-yard field goal.
They're not used to going 15 plays here in West Virginia. They've been a little spoiled the last year with Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey. The ability for them to break the big one. It's nice to see your quarterback put together a 15-play drive.
You know, it caught my eye there. 10 rush, 4 pass. Interesting when you look at the balance for West Virginia.
Yes, it's a little bit misunderstood about this offense. They do run the ball. They stay patient with it. Statistically, they're pretty good at it. And as well, they find ways. It might not always be a run. You've seen last year where they do the little forward pitch to Tavon Austin. That ends up being a pass, but it's really like a run play. They're pretty balanced offense.
All about getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. They've spread it around quite nicely today.
But only one playmaker out there right now, and that's Charles Sims.
Molinari kicks it deep. A little wind in his face here. Going to be hauled in by Trey McBride. Across the 20 to the 25 and flips across the 30-yard line. Nice return to the 32. Now it's time for the Lowe's Never Stop Improving Game Break. Let's go to Los Angeles and Patrick O'Neill.
And we're going to take you to College Station. Texas A&M minus a Heisman winner, struggling with Rice, but that touchdown by Trey Carson ties things up at 14. The Aggies playing without a handful of suspended players, including Johnny Manziel, but Johnny football eligible for the second half. Adam and Chris, back to you.
Anxiously awaiting the Heisman Trophy winner on field in College Station. Thank you, Patrick. We'll continue to follow A&M in their season opener. 17-10 here. Darnell Laws out of the backfield in the flat. It's been a staple of this offense today, and Graham did a nice job of avoiding the pressure to get that pass off.
Yeah, really nice job by Graham. Yes, Darnell Laws, I believe that's his 7th reception of the game so far. Something I think the West Virginia defense had to be aware of going in at halftime. Don't let those little easy, cheap completions into the flat continue to hurt them.
Picked up 3 on the play. It's Asmar in motion. Graham going to run it with Cooper. And he's got jet-like speed as he runs it for a first down to the 45-yard line. Darwin Cook hauled him down. Kevin Rogers has been really good at mixing the run and pass today for William and Mary offensively.
Yeah, I really like this Jarrell Cooper, too. He's another guy, you know, besides Trey McBride today, that's kind of impressed me. Very quick, hits the hole hard, and can make people miss in space.
Graham going to work under center. First opportunity for William and Mary in the second half offensively. Little misdirection, gave it to the first man, and no running room there for Cooper. Shaq Rowell able to make the stop, but he's down, and well, that's not good if you're a West Virginia fan, because he is so important to what happens in the interior of that defensive line.
Yes, he is. He's a staple for the interior defensive line. It looks like he might just have a cramp. That's what I'm going to bet here. Yeah, he looks okay. Walking around, probably cramps up. It's a hot day. It's not easy on the big guys for sure. And Big Shaq, he's rolling around about 305 pounds. It's a lot to be out here in 85-degree heat.
We mentioned it earlier. Rowell, a fifth-year senior, just like Will Clark. But starting with them on the defensive line today, Eric Kinsey, who is a sophomore. You look at the linebackers. You got Isaiah Bruce, a redshirt sophomore. Jared Barber's a junior, the junior college transfer, and Brandon Golson. Kwiatkowski, a sophomore. Doug Rigg is a senior. But the theme there, and it continues on to the defensive backfield, a lot of youth for Keith Patterson. And as he continues to implement this new system defensively, it's nice that you got kids that can absorb it and then build on it as time goes on.
Yes, they got a good base here for this defense and Coach Patterson. They got some big corners outside. They've decided to go the big corner route instead of the small quick route. They want guys that can tackle, guys that can break up the 50-50 balls like we've seen Trey McBride come down with so far. They've been a little unfortunate there. But they are continuing to recruit the type of player they want to fit the defense, and they feel like their depth is continuing to improve as well.
Talked to Coach Patterson yesterday. He said he likes high school running backs and even quarterbacks that can come to the next level and play linebacker and safety. They understand how to make those blockers miss from their days running the football. 2nd and 10 for Graham. Going down the right sideline. And this one going to be out of bounds. Trying to find McBride again, but he can't make the circus catch here. He's had 2 of them already today.
He can't do it every time. There was a lot of contact downfield. I thought you might get a pass interference call. Oh, we did get it. I missed the flag. But yeah, there was a lot of contact. That was pass interference. I know I'm an ex-quarterback, and I always err on the side of the offense, but I think that was pretty blatant.
That was Travis Bell that was trying to defend him down the sideline.
It happened really even before that. I think that it was about 10 yards before that where he extended the arm. Anytime those referees see the extended arm, they're going to throw the flag.
Bell and Banks, the corners for West Virginia, converted safeties. 1st and 10. Carey going to go to Cooper.
But, wow.
And there's a flag. Happened well after the play.
It's going to be a personal foul on William and Mary.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 15, offense, 15-yard penalty, 2nd out.
Zach Fetter is one of those reserve wide receivers, and from a coaching standpoint, it drives you crazy because your defense is able to hold them to 3. On the defensive side, you're moving the ball, and totally too much there.
Yeah, totally unnecessary. You know, putting together a drive, your team's trying to build some momentum here in the second half. Now you put your offense in a really tough situation. 2nd and forever. It's hard to be a good offensive coordinator when it's 2nd and 20.
Playcock inside of 5.
And I have to call a timeout.
And I think they got the timeout before the flag.
Timeout, William and Mary.
So William and Mary with their first timeout of the second half. They've got second and long when we return to Morgantown. Tonight, the UFC returns to Fox Sports 1 as the countdown to UFC 164. Henderson versus Pettis inches closer as we bring you exciting live preliminary fight action. UFC 164 prelims tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1.
Zach Fetters puts them in a bad situation with the personal foul. They're a little discombobulated. Then they got to use a timeout in the second half. Timeouts in the second half are gold. Could end up hurting William and Mary later in the game.
Crowd alive in West Virginia. Give on the delay. Nothing happening for Anderson. Stood up at the line of scrimmage, and Doug Rigg led the charge defensively for West Virginia. And here we go on 3rd and 22.
3rd and 22. Not a whole lot in the playbook for the situation. I expect something very conservative. Like I said earlier, they're not going to give West Virginia anything easy. They're going to continue to stick with this game plan. I expect some sort of screen to a receiver, a back, or maybe just a straight run.
I know it's early to talk about how much time's remaining, but already 10 minutes gone in the third quarter. William and Mary working the clock very nicely as Anderson springs free. Not going to get close to the first down. It picks up some field position down to the 40.
A little bit here in no man's land, but I think they're sending out a punt unit. I think that's the right decision. Don't try to attempt a long field goal and miss and give West Virginia field position. You punt the ball down. Hopefully you can pin them inside deep in their own territory and let your defense play. Make West Virginia work and execute and go the length of the field.
John Carpenter, the junior, standing at his own 45 for William and Mary to punt it away. Jordan Thompson settles in at the 10 for West Virginia. What a bounce, but it got into the end zone. William and Mary just about had them backed up to their own goal line. Instead, West Virginia starting at the 20. 4:33 to play in the third, and they trail William and Mary 17-10. Got a good one going here in West Virginia. 4:33 to play in the third quarter. William and Mary on the road, trying to pull the upset. They lead the Mountaineers 17-10. Nice crowd for the season opener here at Mountaineer Field. Millard led a field goal scoring drive to open this second half, and he gets his second opportunity here. Alford gets it going around the left side, and he's got some room on the end around across the 25. Picked up 7 on first down, and you like the misdirection there to get this drive going.
Yeah, nice little wrinkle to start the drive. Also, hopefully, you know, if you're West Virginia, you haven't made a whole lot of big plays so far. You hope one of these can break.
I know when you and I came out to practice the other day, Alford, a kid that caught your eye very quickly.
Yes, he did. He's kind of what you would expect to see here at West Virginia. A little smaller in size, but really fast, really quick.
Millard working out of the pistol. It's Garrison, the motion man. Haven't seen Dustin much today. Millard throws it back left. Carswell's got the catch, and he's got a first down as he races across the 30.
William and Mary, they just got to continue to tackle in the open field. Stick with the game plan. Change up the looks for the quarterback from time to time. Keep this West Virginia offense in front of you and make tackles.
And they have done an unbelievable job of that today.
Yes, they have.
Diamond set for the Mountaineers on first down.
3 down linemen for William and Mary too, so they're protecting the passing game as well. Gonna pressure.
The move man was Garrison. Millard play action, looking for the long ball. He's got Carswell, and Carswell's going to score. Touchdown, West Virginia. Millard took a shot.
Well, that case in point right there is why you don't want to blitz too much if you're William & Mary. You leave your skill guys one-on-one outside. West Virginia blocks it up. Millard hangs in the pocket, takes a hit, but makes the big throw. Now we got a tie game.
Lambert on for the extra point. Molinari to hold. It's up and good. Can you say momentum change? West Virginia trailing 17-7 at the half has tied it up. Ronald Carswell takes it 69 yards from Paul Menard, and we got a new game here in West Virginia. We got a good one in Mountaineer Field. West Virginia trailing at 17-7 at the break, but they have rallied to tie it at 17 apiece. A 69-yard hookup. Paul Millard to Ronald Carswell. Millard spreading the wealth today, and he put that one on the money. And the momentum is now shifted back the way of West Virginia. Saw Millard limping off the field. A little bit of a cramp there in the calf, it looked like.
Yeah, that's all it looks like. Nothing serious.
Well, if you're Dana Holgerson, you can take a deep breath here. 17-7, trailing at home against a tough team like William & Mary. No fun.
No, it's not. His team has responded well so far here in the second half. And, more importantly, he didn't panic. And when the head coach doesn't panic, the players usually don't panic as well.
Molinari to put it back in play. It's going to be McBride who brings it in. Trey across the 15 to the 20. And once again, a nice return out to the 27-yard line as we look back at the scoring play.
Yeah, two things you got to look at here for Paul Millard. He sees the safety, Coupland, squatting. He sees outside leverage by the corner here. When he sees that, he knows he's got a chance over the top. Sits in the pocket. Ronald Carswell runs a good route and just runs away from McNeil.
How about the offensive contributors today for Dana White? Da'Keil Shorts has made his presence known. KJ Myers had a catch. Carswell the bomb. Mathis, McCartney, certainly Sims.
They're certainly capable of spreading it around.
Big drive for William & Mary. 3:10 to go in the third quarter. Start out with a run. It's going to be McBride for about 5 yards as we go to Los Angeles and a game break. Here's Patrick.
All right, well, we showed you Texas A&M tie it up with Rice. Now we're going to show you them taking the lead. Matt Jokel to Ricky Seals-Jones, 71 yards. Jokel is the twin brother of Luke Jokel, the second overall pick of the Jaguars last year. A&M just scored again. It's now 27-14, perhaps a Wally Pipp situation. I doubt that. Adam, back to you.
Thank you, Patrick. Matt Jokel picking up the ball for Texas A&M, who has things in control in Texas. William & Mary trying to regain control here. Graham, play action going deep. McBride wide open, had to wait on it at the 35, but a huge gainer as he takes it down to the West Virginia 30. A pickup of 40.
Great play call by Kevin Rogers right there. Your team, the momentum has shifted. You need something to give your team a spark. They run a little fake reverse. McBride sneaks behind the defense. Darwin Cook bit on the fake. A better ball that probably would have been a touchdown. But be safe, get the completion. Great call by William & Mary.
The play card for Kevin Rogers today has been incredible. Third catch of the day from McBride. 108 yards. Back to the ground game here. Not much doing as Kyle Rose comes up and makes the stop.
You talk about Kevin Rogers. The play calls have been great. The overall game plan for William & Mary has been very impressive. They came in here in a tough environment and really have just stuck to what they wanted to do. Didn't panic early. And they're hanging in here again. The momentum shifted, but they make the big play to get it back on their side.
You want to be in the game on the road in the fourth quarter if you're thinking upset. William & Mary, as you said, has weathered the storm after the 10-point rally by West Virginia, and they're on the move again. 2nd and 9. Graham going to put it up. throws it in the flat. Another catch by Laws, who's tripped up down at the 27.
Good catch. We've seen this concept a few times already. It was a great catch by Darnell Laws. You see, this is the second time today he's one-handed a ball. You know, that's a play there. Michael Graham, you got to get the ball out in front of him. Let your big fullback catch the ball, get square upfield, and then he can use his size and power to break some tackles.
Nice effort by Banks to come up and make the stop. 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 27-yard line. Graham under center. Puts McBride in the slot. Now he motions toward the line. Going to run it here with Anderson. The hole opened and it closed quickly. Short of the first down. Stopped at the 25-yard line.
I understand the play call again. They're sticking with the mold. Get the field goal kicker a few more yards. Hopefully he can make it, and you get the 20-17 lead. You don't want to come away with these drives with nothing. That will deflate your team as much as anything will.
And the field goal attempt will happen as we begin the 4th quarter. We're 3/4 of the way there in Morgantown, West Virginia, and we're all tied at 17. Set for the final 15 minutes in Morgantown, West Virginia. William and Mary trying to reclaim the lead. John Carpenter with a 42-yard field goal attempt from the right hash. No good. West Virginia able to hold despite the long pass play. And now an opportunity for Dana Holgerson's bunch to reclaim the lead. Perfect start to the 4th quarter for them. They get the miss on the field goal. The ball is back, and they can retake the advantage here.
Yeah, you're right about that. You know, William and Mary, you can't be deflated. That was a good drive. You missed the field goal. You just try to continue to play good defense. Don't let up the big play here so you can continue to hang in the game and hopefully let your offense get in a rhythm next series again and go down and get some points.
Last play, Paul Millard went deep, found Ronald Carswell for 69 yards, a scoring strike that tied this game at 17. Here's Garrison on the carry. Flag comes in. Certainly in the area where you would typically see holding.
Personal foul, shot block, number 88, offense. 15-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
Alan Eck, our referee today. Cody Clay, the guilty party.
There it goes. There's your chop block right there. Can't go low into a guy's knees outside there like that. It's dangerous. A lot of injuries happen.
Sets up 1st and 22. Not a good spot for the offense. Millard to the handoff. Some running room here for Sims, who will not go down across the 20 and churning to the 23-yard line. Ryan Smith finally able to pull him down, but he got a good portion of the penalty yardage back there on 1st and 22.
Yeah, Smith runs hard. The one thing you notice, he's such a big, powerful guy. Breaks the tackle of Mike Riley at the defensive end, then plows forward for some more yards. He always falls forward. That's the one thing I like about his game.
Ten yards on the pickup, 2nd down and 12. Graham, Millard under center, and he goes play action. He's hit and dropped very quickly. Beerhalter there to come after him. 3rd and 12.
When they've been under center, they've either run it or done play action. Doesn't really fit what West Virginia does offensively, and as you see there, the protection breaks down. Millard gets hit, lucky to get the ball out of his hand. Good job by him.
And this the kind of situation the William & Mary defense needed, trying to get off the field. Rushing 3. Millard in the pistol. Gonna throw it, dumps it over the middle. McCartney's got the catch. Racing outside, is not gonna get the first down. And how about the play by DeAndre Houston Carson making the stop on the far side of the field to hold him short of the first down.
Yeah, good play by William & Mary. Smart defensive call. Have 8 guys back. Don't let anything cheap. No big plays. Just rally and make the tackle. Good play here by Millard as well. There's nothing downfield. Sometimes you just got to take what the defense gives you and hope one of your guys can make a play.
Nick O'Toole kicks it away from his own 15, and man, is this a moonshot. Ballard backpedaling inside his own 20. Got some room to run. Great hit by Jeremy Tyler. Nope, it was Darwin Cook who made the stop. A 56-yard punt. William & Mary the ball when we return to Morgantown. Now our Quicken Loans game summary here at West Virginia. All tied at 17 apiece. And the top line really jumps out at you, doesn't it? No mistakes for William & Mary?
Yes, they played a clean game. You know, you look at the one penalty, that was a drive killer 2 drives ago for William & Mary. Other thing I look at, you know, poor Clint Trickett. It's a tough situation. The game and the way it unfolded really wasn't real good for him as far as getting your second string quarterback in, getting him some reps to see what he has. It ended up being a closer game. William & Mary hung in there. Coach goes with the quarterback that he's the most comfortable with in the system, and that's Millard.
13-14 to play. Tie score. William & Mary hoping to make a difference-making drive here. Anderson cuts it outside, and not much doing. Travis Bell able to run him wide and pull him down after a gain of 1.
Well, there's a reason right there why they wanted to go with the big cornerback route. These guys can tackle in space. Does a good job there, just bringing them down to the ground, not letting the running back get outside and contain and break a big one.
Bell, a kid who played early last year, got hurt, used a medical red shirt, moved from safety to corner in the offseason. Asmar, the tight end that went left. Darnell Laws, the fullback, went that way as well. Graham to throw on second down. He's got Ballard for a first. 34-yard line where he's pulled down.
Again, a nice little play call by Kevin Rogers. Has a little window dressing before the snap, shifts the formation, makes defense think, readjusts, finds an easy completion outside to Zach Fetters.
Saw the graphic a moment ago. Not many mistakes by William & Mary today. That means the clock isn't stopping much, and that is a huge advantage for the Tribe as they try and pull off the upset. 12 minutes to go. The dump pass to Anderson. Incomplete. We got a flag on the play. Let's go to Los Angeles for a game break.
All right, thanks a lot. Second-ranked Ohio State only leading Buffalo by 10. Kenny Guyton is in at quarterback for Braxton Miller. He hits Chris Fields. Fields' second touchdown of the day. Reports from Columbus. Braxton Miller suffering from cramps. It's a 37-20 ball game in the third quarter. Adam, back to you.
Thanks, Patrick. Holding the call on William & Mary, and just when we compliment them on playing a clean game, this penalty really hurts because it puts you behind the chains, and that's not a place that Jimmy Laycock and this football team want to be.
No, well, as they've shown so far, Trey McBride's really the only guy that they got as a downfield threat, so it's hard for them to generate some big plays.
Anderson to run on first down. He's stubborn in the trenches, but Will Clark finally pulls him to the ground. Second down and 20.
You know, I'm surprised we haven't seen a little bit more of Jarrell Cooper. I like his skill set. Some of these runs, when they spread out the defense, he definitely looks a little bit more capable of making guys miss in space.
Second down and 20. Cooper is in the game. It'll be interesting to see how offensive coordinator Kevin Rogers handles this situation. Going to put it up. Graham looking for his tight end, and it is caught for a first down. Finding another weapon, Robert Asmar, his first catch of the day.
Yeah, great catch by Robert Asmar. Ball was a little late, high. He's a big tight end, 6'4", 240. He does a good job of going to meet the ball at the highest point As you see here, he jumps up, takes the contact, and then falls forward for another 2 or 3 yards to get the first down.
Needed 20, got 21.
Game changer right there. Moves the chains, keeps the clock going.
Gone under 11 minutes now. That's Laws in motion. Graham going to run it. Cooper got the carry. About 5 yards on first down as he inches closer to midfield. Brandon Golson brought him down, the junior college transfer linebacker.
You keep your offense in these good situations like 2nd and 5. Everything in the playbook is open. You can run it again, play action pass, high percentage drop back passes.
Second and 5. I'll give some credit to the senior Graham as well. He has managed the game nicely under center. Going to throw it. There's some pressure, tipped and incomplete, and that's one he would like to have back. He got away with it.
He did. Got some pressure up the middle, panicked a little bit, threw the ball without really looking to see if the receiver was open. Gets off the first read, second read's not there as you see. Dodged a bullet there for sure.
It's Dontrell Hyman who put on the pressure, and Doug Rigg, who got his hands on the ball, nearly intercepted it. Mountaineer crowd coming to life. 3rd down and 5 for William and Mary. They're 5 of 12 on 3rd down today. And a huge play here as we close on 10 minutes remaining. Set up the screen. Incomplete, trying to find McBride on the far side.
Not a bad play call. Again, somewhat conservative, but smart. Rolled the quarterback out a little bit, try to throw the screen back to Trey McBride. West Virginia they were all over it.
Yeah, K.J. Dillon.
Yeah, he really did a great job of seeing it, reacting, and breaking up the pass.
True sophomore out of Florida. Here's John Carpenter to kick it away from his own 35-yard line. Takes a William and Mary bounce and is going to roll dead inside the 5. Let's see what Paul Millard and West Virginia can do with the ball. They've got it when we return, tied at 17. Open up the 2013 campaign. Here it's West Virginia and William and Mary, all back where we started. Tied at 17. Millard, quick pass right side. And once again, it's the 2 true freshmen, Dakeil Shorts, who pulled it in.
If you're West Virginia, you don't really break out of the mold either. Just keep doing what's been working for you here in the second half. A lot of quick passes and continuing to run the ball.
Pick up a 7. Sets up 2nd down and 3. Millard on the screen. Dangerous pass, nearly intercepted. Luke Rhodes read that play and almost had it as they tried to find Wendell Smallwood on the screen.
Yeah, great job by Luke Rhodes. Reads the play out. He's a smart player, a true sophomore, led the team in tackles last year as a true freshman. A guy that we might have not called his name a lot today, but the one thing I know he's done really well, the pace of the game and the West Virginia offense, he's been able to get the defense lined up and the right calls every play.
3rd down has not been West Virginia's friend today. Here's Millard, right side, missing McCartney, and they will have to punt it away. 3 and out after starting this drive inside their own 5-yard line, and this means really good field position for William and Mary.
Yeah, one of the more important things about that last drive with William and Mary's offense is they did change field position. So here they go. They get the 3 and out. Their defense does a great job. Now they're going to get a chance to put their offense in good position.
DeAndre Houston Carson, the talented corner that made the play. Nick O'Toole, an incredible punt. Ballard back inside his own 30, nowhere to go, and Darwin Cook making a huge play on special teams.
Huge tackle. Just as I said, they're going to change field position. Great punt. William and Mary's got the ball on their own 25. We'll be back after the break.
money is on the line in Morgantown, West Virginia. Mountaineer fans a little nervous, tied with William and Mary, 17 apiece, 9:07 to play in this one. And that Mountaineer defense back on the field as you look at the quarterback comparison.
Well, as you can see, both quarterbacks have been very efficient, played well, made a lot of good throws. There's really not too much to be disappointed with either one. They've managed the offense and kept their team in the game. Now it's going to be about just executing here at the end with all the pressure on.
At our Chevy stat comparison, as we get a look at Michael Graham going play action under pressure, and he's going to go down. Making the play, Doug Rigg from his linebacking spot.
Yeah, Graham got some pressure, but he had some options downfield. I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger. He had 83 Sean Ballard on the outside in the post where he could have given him a chance. And quite honestly, I thought he had Trey McBride over the middle for an easy completion as well on an in-cut. There you see McBride going through the middle. It's not easy playing quarterback. Everyone tells you they're open. Sometimes people are in your face.
2nd and 17. Keep it on the ground here. Shaq Rowell, who had the cramp problems earlier, able to make the tackle on Jarrell Cooper. 3rd down and long. Going to be 3rd and 14 for William and Mary as the clock rolls down. Under 8 minutes to play when we get the snap here.
Well, the formula won't change for William and Mary. I still expect something either high percentage pass-wise, maybe a screen, or another draw to the running back.
Graham going to throw out of the shotgun. Sets up the screen. Cooper nowhere to go. Hard hit. Will Clark made the stick.
Good play by Will Clark. He's somebody they wanted him to be tougher and more intense this year. He's made an effort to try to do that and kind of be the guy they can look to on defense for a spark and a little energy.
Needed 14. Lost 2 on the play. And that will likely flip the field as John Carpenter standing at his own 5 to punt it away for William and Mary. Pressure, but he gets it away. Jordan Thompson calls for the fair catch right at midfield. 7:02 to play. West Virginia has the ball. After the defense did its job, Will Clark feeling good as we close on the end in Morgantown. Just past 3 o'clock in the East. 7:02 to play in Morgantown, West Virginia. The homestanding Mountaineers tied at 17 with William and Mary. The defense with great execution on that last possession. And now the West Virginia offense with tremendous field position. They get it at midfield, their best starting spot of the day. Millard working under center. And they will keep it on the ground in a huge hole over the left side. Smith with a good run for 8 yards before Jerome Coupland picked him up and laid him down.
Coupland laid the wood right there. But as you see on the left side of the offensive line just collapsed the defensive line of William and Mary. Left a huge hole for Smith.
Coupland, a senior safety that is not afraid to put his shoulder down and get after it. 2nd down and 1. Again, the give to Smith. He's got the first down. Breaks a tackle as he goes inside the 40. And written down at the 37. September and Coupland there again to make the stop.
Well, one of the things we worried about here late in the game was this William and Mary defense going to be fresh, still ready to go. There has not been a lot of substitution on that side of the ball. They've played a lot of snaps. Are they going to get worn down here in this last 6 minutes of the game?
West Virginia content to run the ball so far on this drive. It's Sims who gets it this time, and he's got room over the right side. Pulled down at the 31-yard line. Picked up 6.
Yeah, I'm not so sure we're not seeing them getting a little fatigued here. West Virginia's just going right at them. They're kind of pushing the line of scrimmage back right now. And when you got a big running back like Charles Sims and it becomes the 4th quarter and you become tired, defenders don't want to tackle those big bodies.
Give a call to some of those youngsters on the offensive line for West Virginia as well. Lucas, Orlowski, and Glowinski. Going to pass it here. Millard up top, finds his man, K.J. Myers with the first down. Then he fumbled the ball, but it is recovered by West Virginia. Nikhil Shorts diving on it after Myers had made the catch and gotten the first down.
Nice throw there by Millard. It looked like it was just a little curl route, but he was right on time with it. There you go. See it there. Good ball, good timing. Just got to be careful fighting for extra yards here late in the game. You know, is 1 or 2 extra yards worth sticking the ball out there and letting the defender knock it loose and getting a turnover?
It was Rhodes that came over and knocked it out. And Shorts, who's been great in the passing game today, may have made his biggest play of the afternoon right there, recovering the fumble. Now a stoppage of play. I think they're going to reset the play clock.
There is no foul for a delayed game. The play clock should have been reset. The play clock and the game clock will start on my ready for play signal.
Well, West Virginia, they're giving William & Mary a little bit of their dose of their own medicine here. They're playing smash mouth football, controlling the clock a little. Going to take some time off and give this William & Mary offense little time to work with here in the 4th quarter.
1st and 10, just outside the 15. Sims gets it right side. Breaking tackles, carrying others, and he's inside the 10 to the 9.
West Virginia offensive line starting to impose their will a little bit on this William & Mary defense.
Successful West Virginia debut for Charles Sims, the transfer from Houston. Second down and a couple. Sims gets it again inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
Copeland makes another big tackle. You can see why he's such a big deal at safety. He shows up in the run game and the pass game. A really solid open field tackler. Charles Sims, 22 rushes, 119 yards. It's been a workhorse type day for him.
Saw him on the sideline. First down and goal. Millard out of the diamond formation. That's Smith behind him. Smallwood to his left. Smith gets the call. Driving forward. We're going to stack him up as he went inside the 3 and down to the 2-yard line. Lost his helmet in the process, so he will have to lead the game. And here comes Garrison in.
William & Mary's got a run-stopping defense in. They got 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers in, so they're gonna make it tough on West Virginia to run the ball in here. We'll see if West Virginia has the guts to maybe throw it up.
Wendell Smallwood, the true freshman, gets it, spinning. Did he get in? Yes! Touchdown, Mountaineers! Three new faces in the backfield for Dana Holgerson. Sims handled most of the load. Smith got his opportunity. And it was Wendell Smallwood, the true freshman, that gets it in the end zone and puts West Virginia back on top.
Well, this might be your new West Virginia team this year. The booth's looking at it. It is close. I thought he got in on first look, though, here with his second effort. He's in right there.
And this kind of goes back to the situation in the replay we had earlier with Graham, the quarterback, running it in for William & Mary. When you have a play around the goal line, so hard to overturn it if, in fact, the ruling on the field was a touchdown. And I'm sure they're going to find here that it was, in fact, a score.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Well, the thing I like is this might be your new West Virginia team. It might not be as flashy or as sexy as last year with Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey with all the big plays and Geno Smith. You know, this year they're a tougher team. They're going to make an effort to run the ball and play some tough defense. Dana Holgerson's done a good job of transforming the mindset of this team when you lose such big key players like he did this year.
Lambert on to try the extra point. Two for two today. And he knocks this one through. Wendell Smallwood. He may be a freshman, but he knows what it's like to play at the collegiate level now. The extra effort gets him into the end zone, his first career score, and the Mountaineers have reclaimed the lead 24-17 with 3:22 to play. Huge disappointment for Jimmy Laycock across the field.
Yeah, well, his defense has played good all day. I honestly do think they're starting to get a little tired here late in the fourth quarter. I know we talked about it a bunch, but like we talked about early in the game, they don't have the depth this West Virginia team has. It's going to come back to bite them here a little bit in the fourth quarter.
Eight plays, 50 yards. They work 3:40 off the clock.
Still 3 minutes and 22 seconds left, though. William & Mary, they don't need to get in the 2-minute offense. They can still run their normal base offense we've seen all day. Run the ball, high percentage passes. Just play your game here. No time to do anything outside of the box yet.
Molinari, a line drive. Trey McBride grabs it and returns it across the 20 and pulled down at the 24-yard line. Wes Tonkery on special teams made the stop for West Virginia.
Well, if I'm West Virginia's defense here, I play very conservative. I don't blitz. I don't give Trey McBride any chance outside to make a big play. Make this William & Mary offense execute, do it the hard way. Don't let them get any big chunky yards with one play.
Set it off the top today. One of the big conversations in West Virginia about their football team is where would the defense stand this year after struggling so much a season ago. They've got an opportunity to make a statement right here. Graham picked off around the 40. Darwin Cook, the big play man in the secondary. The senior makes it happen.
Yeah, just not the greatest decision by Graham there. Really was a tight window. Tried to fit it in. You know, we talked about a second ago. It's just not the time to stick with the formula that's been working. Don't panic just because you're down by 7 with 3.5 minutes left. Yeah, the ball just looked to come out of his hand a little bit silly there too. Didn't have a whole lot of pop on it. Darwin Cook made the catch. I would like to see if he caught that clean as well. I mean, Darwin Cook, that was close to hitting the ground.
Andrew Jones, the center for William & Mary, is still down back at the 20-yard line. And Darwin Cook, an interesting story. He had a very good season in 2011. 85 tackles, a couple of interceptions. And remember, he was a huge catalyst for this West Virginia team in their Orange Bowl victory. Struggled a little bit last year. Rededicated himself in the offseason. Actually graduated in May and is back this year for his 5th year on campus. Going to get a 2nd degree, and he's being rewarded with success on field as well.
Yeah, good for him. He's put in the time, the effort to make some plays out here. The coaches on Thursday, we got a chance to talk to them. They all expected big things out of Darwin Cook this year. They were really excited for him as a person and as a player. And good for him getting the INT here late in the game.
Yeah, 6 tackles today. That's 2nd among those players on the West Virginia side of the football.
Well, if you're William & Mary here, I think you got to stack the box a little bit. Try to stop the run. You want to try to do your best here to keep West Virginia out of field goal position so you can still keep it a one-possession game.
Dustin Garrison, the junior running back that has not seen as much time today in the backfield. They throw it left side to Mathis, the inside receiver. He gets down close to the first down, going to be a couple of yards shy. It was Quincy September that ran over and made the stop for William and Mary.
Well, that's the tough thing to defend about this West Virginia offense. They got so many ways to get easy completions. You know, that right there, that's just a glorified run. Throw it out there, let your receiver make one or two guys miss. Here you are in 2nd and 8. And I expect we'll see Dreamus Smith in between the tackles here on 2nd and 2.
2:30 to play. And remember, Jimmy Laycock, the head coach at William and Mary, used that timeout early in the second half, so they only have 2 remaining. It is Smith who gets the carry on 2nd down. The pile pushing forward, and it will be very close to a first down. The spot will determine if he got it or not. And this spot could be big with only 2:15 to go.
They gave it to him, first down. Coach Laycock's got to, probably after first down here, I would think about using my timeouts.
Millard letting the Laycock run down here. Got down to 1 second, and the timeout is called.
West Virginia, their first charge timeout of the second half. 30 seconds tonight.
.154 to play. West Virginia closing in on a 1-0 start, and one of the reasons why, the transfer from Houston, Charles Sims, been big today.
Yeah, he really has. He's been consistent all the way through. Hasn't broke any huge runs, but been consistently breaking off 8, 10 yards, pushing the pile forward, breaking arm tackles like you see there. He's got some big-time talent. You're going to see him on Sundays next year as well. You know, the story of him is funny as, you know, it's a funny story. He was in Houston with Dana Holgorsen in 2009. Holgorsen recruited him there. He kind of wanted to play under the big lights of the Big 12, makes the transfer, and here he is having a good day today.
Yeah, and he is our Right Stuff Player of the Game, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. It's Cody Clay in motion. Dustin Garrison going to get the carry on first down.
William and Mary there, they're kind of selling out with the linebackers in a double A-gap blitz. Now, when I say A-gap, what I'm saying is the gap, the first gap on both sides of the center is the A-gap. A-gap, B-gap, C-gap, D-gap, and so on. William and Mary's going to try to clog some of these running lanes and hopefully get a chance to get the ball back.
The Tribe with 2 timeouts remaining. And as soon as they make the tackle here, you know they will be using the first of those. Millard looking to pass. Throws it down the seam, and it's incomplete. But there will be a flag, and that's big because if there hadn't been a flag, the incompletion obviously stops the clock.
Yes. What I don't understand, it's the same coverage we saw the big touchdown pass on before. Safety squats. The corner plays outside leverage. There's no chance to stop that route. So, of course, he has to hold because he's afraid of giving up the touchdown.
Pass interference, number 36, defense. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
DeAndre Houston Carson, the guilty party.
Well, Houston Carson, he is playing inside leverage. You know, with this coverage, that's the golden rule. You can't let the receiver get back inside. He lets that happen and puts him in a vulnerable position. He's got to reach out and hold. Doesn't want to give up the touchdown.
1:08 to play. First down for West Virginia. It's going to work the clock here. And near side is Smallwood. Knocked out of bounds. Had a nice carry, but out of bounds, and it stops the clock now with just over a minute to play. They did signal, though, first down for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, Smallwood, this is what he brings. He's a great compliment back to Charles Sims. Charles Sims, a little bit bigger. Of course, he's shifty and can break tackles, but this Smallwood kid, he can really go. I think you're going to see a lot of him as the year continues, and he's going to make some big plays.
Sims back in the game, gets the carry here on 1st and goal. Goes inside the 5 as the clock rolls down now, under a minute to play. And West Virginia, who trailed in this one 17-7 at the half, has their defense come out, pitch a shutout in the second half, and they are going to escape with a victory 24-17 over William and Mary.
Yeah, they hung tough. First game of the year, no cupcake here in William and Mary. Dana Holgerson's got to be really pleased with his offense and his defense. If there's one thing they showed through this game was a little grit, a little toughness. They didn't get fazed by being down. Congrats to them on the good win.
Victory formation. William and Mary not going to use their timeouts, and that will do it. The Mountaineers go to 1-0 on the season. A come-from-behind win, 24-17. The final over the tribe of William and Mary. Jimmy Laycock, Dana Holgerson shaking hands at midfield. So the Mountaineers get to 1-0 on the campaign. The tribe 0-1 to start 2013. And a reminder, coming up on Fox Sports 1 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, number 3 Oregon hosting Nicholls State to open up the year. And after a break, we're going to Los Angeles for the post-game report. Thanks for being with us. For Chris Sims, I'm Adam Alexander. So long from Morgantown, West Virginia, where the Mountaineers win it.